Ashwin and Leach both scored useful runs and then were among the wickets as Worcestershire closed in on promotion to the top flight. With off-the-field news concerning the ongoing exodus from Durham dominating the headlines, Worcestershire set about trying to secure their promotion to the top flight and ensure they picked up the title as well. 90 for 3 overnight, Clark and Rhodes picked up where they'd left off on day one, Clark moving to 50, 3 overs into the day. He rapidly moved past 60, clipping Onions for a pair of boundaries, but Onions was to have his revenge, removing Clark caught Collingwood for 65. Ashwin was the new man at the crease, batting in typically bullish style, but he was searching for a new partner when Pringle trapped Rhodes LBW for 9. He was then joined by Cox, and Ashwin kept the scoreboard ticking over with some smart running between the wickets and the odd boundary, and in no time at all the duo had put on 50. Cox moved on to 30 with Ashwin just 6 shy of a personal half-century. However, that's where the partnership would end as Steele bowled Cox, Worcestershire 204 for 6 at lunch. After the interval, Ashwin brought up his 50 with a 4 off Wood. It was the Indian international's first half-century of the season and his first in English conditions, auguring well for the 31-year-old in his mission to gain experience of the conditions ahead of India's tour to Britain next year. Ashwin pressed on to 76, and up the other end, Barnard started to cut loose with 10 runs off the opening 2 deliveries of a Travaskis over. Barnard approached 50, but before he could reach the mark, Ashwin was dismissed, falling LBW to Travaskis for 82. Barnard went on to claim his 5th half-century of the season, and Worcestershire moved past 300 to claim their 3rd batting point. Onions struck for the 3rd time, Clark with the catch as Leach was removed for 10. But he then dismissed Tongue for 10 as well, leaving Worcestershire 9 down. Barnard elected to go down all guns blazing, smashing 2 sixes off an over from Steele, and he then hit Wood for 4, only to be cleaned up next ball, Worcestershire all out for 335, Barnard with a career best score of 75. In reply, Jennings looked in good nick early on, only to fall cheaply for 9 when he nicked off to Tongue. Burnham and Steele managed to resist for a short time, but the 20-year-old Burnham became the 2nd wicket down when he was bowled by Tongue for 4. Steele was next out. He became Leach's first victim, Cox with the catch behind the stumps. Collingwood and Clark then pieced together a very useful partnership for the 4th wicket, Clark cutting loose to send the team's total over 100 with a brutal attack on Rhodes bowling. In the next over, Ashwin struck, removing Collingwood for 27. Once again, Clark set about Rhodes, taking him for 20 runs in 1 over, and moving on to his half-century in the process. A 5th 50 this season for Clark, but he wasn't about to move through to a 2nd century of the summer, as he was out 5 overs later, caught and bowled by Leach for 60. There were just 2 runs added before the close. They trail Worcestershire by 193 runs with just 5 first innings wickets remaining. Worcestershire now 1 point away from confirming their promotion.